The Museum of Broadcast Communications, or NBC, and the Radio Hall of Fame are celebrating their 40th anniversary, and in concert, no pun intended, with their 40th anniversary, they're trying to raise some needed and important funds. This year, they are going to have an auction called 40 for 40. It will feature unique experiences and items related to the past, present, and future of broadcasting. The NBC is, of course, a Chicago-based museum that provides exhibits, programs, research, preservation of its critical collection of 80,000 hours of television and radio footage. Due to being closed to the public for much of 2021, the pandemic, the NBC needs to make up for that lost time and revenue. Joining us now from the NBC is David Plyer. Mr. Plyer, many will know your voice. Some will know your face. I do from Facebook. We thank you for joining us in your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Absolutely. Thanks, Brad.
So tell me, give me kind of a smorgasbord of what we're looking at when it comes to the items that are up for auction. I want to know, what can I get a piece of?
So, usually we have a fundraiser this time of year. It's a sit-down dinner. And really right now, it's all about experiences of people getting out and doing something fun, enjoying their life and doing something. How cool is it to do something with a favorite radio or TV personality, tours of your favorite TV show or radio shows? So we picked 40 items and have 40 partners in all this that you can bid on. So one of our top items right now is Henry Winkler from HBO's Barry and TV's Happy Days. You can have lunch in LA or New York with him. It's got to be Italian or sushi. He did specify that in New York or LA, and get to spend a couple hours with this TV legend. Locally, Svengoolie, who is well known on MeTV. You can be an official chicken thrower. And these are some of our top bids, like going for several $1,000s right now. Jim Rome from CBS Radio Sports. You can have a Super Bowl experience with him in Media Row the week leading up to the Super Bowl. So meeting the players, the coaches, it's going to be a pretty cool experience. And then for CBS, too, here in Chicago, Jen has given us a tour of the CBS 2 studios in Chicago, and you get tickets, 2 tickets you can also bid on to Late Show with Stephen Colbert, which are not easy tickets to get.
No, not even for a guy like me who worked here. You'd think I'd have to be in.
Right.
In lines, of course, our beloved general manager, so kind of so many people donate these things. But that also says how important the cause is. Now, take me to the cause. You will then parlay this, use the monies gained from the silent auction, these 40 for 40, celebrating 40 years, hence 40 items. What will this money be used toward? We know you guys do a lot of experiential experiences, pardon the redundancy, educational experiences. What will these funds go toward?
So it's going toward 3 very unique and important things to us. One is continuing to digitize and prioritize our collection. Number 2 is create new exhibits for the museum. We are talking in the talks right now about our next exhibit, a large exhibit, being a exhibit on late night television and actually radio as well. And the museum's going to be on the move. Our building has been sold to developers, so it's also to start the planning stages of what's next for us. And we're working with a prominent university here in Chicago. I can't announce the name yet until it's finalized, to take over some of our archives, but also collaborate with us on exhibitry. So professors, students alike can be a part of this experience. And the educational piece is so important to us to educate the public. How great is it to work with a university to also bring that to the students and the faculty as well?
Yeah, can't wait till you guys find a new space too. We love your space now, but can't wait to find that. And also the importance, I mean, as broadcasters, but as, the first draft of history, which journalism, broadcasting, and you can't underscore how important it is to digitize what we have right now, or our archives will someday be so antiquated, they'll be lost to history. So the digitization and that process you guys has done is so critical.
Well, the other thing too is, the reason this museum started 40 years ago is because, it was very clear that stations were throwing out tapes. They were throwing out historic props because they just didn't have room for it and they didn't see the purpose for it. but so much of this audio and video content has been turned in curriculum. We have into curriculum. So we have a website called The Great Debates, and it's going to kick off its next iteration as we enter the 2024 presidential race. And it's really all about the presidential debates that have happened between the candidates and what some of the outcomes and the impact in their presidency did those debates bring to the American public. The first debate that we focus on, the first televised one, was at CBS 2's original studios on McClure Court, the old barn. And we have, a camera, we have a podium, we have the lights from CBS from the original set when they were here in Chicago. And we also have the Associated Press box with the report of Kennedy being shot. So all that is actually turned into some great curriculum over the last 60 plus years.
That's fascinating. Of course, that debate being the Kennedy-Nixon debate.
Right.
Of course, people thought that was the debate, and being on television, that's what gave Kennedy the edge. And I mean, he won Illinois by a sliver.
Yeah.
So, Charity Buzz, tell me about that element of the silent auction.
So Charity Buzz is a national organization that helps institutions, nonprofits like us to get the word out. So they're national. So many things that, even though we have a lot of local things for local radio stations and TV stations and some of the shows that are being produced here in Chicago, it also has a national reach. So Late Show with Stephen Colbert, these tickets, Drew Barrymore, Henry Winkler, all national.
I can tell you, so anyone anywhere wants to have it.
That's exactly right. So you can go to charitybuzz.com/MBC. It's M as in Mary, MBC, to find out what the bids are at, because it's starting to raise up a little bit. It's usually close to the end that these numbers really do rise, but there's some 40 great experiences out there. Or you can go to museum.tv, which is our website, and there's a link to get you to that as well. But you should totally check out these experiences. So much fun.
Okay, so we will get that on the website. Easiest way to get there is probably charitybuzz.com/MBC. M is in Mary, B is in boy, C is in cat. And there you had the 40 for 40 experiences, all the money going towards the important deeds done at the Museum of Broadcast Communications, located right here in Chicago. David Flyer, on behalf of the museum and your great work, we want to thank you for joining us. Good luck.
Thanks.
With the auction. We'll talk again soon.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate the time today.